Is that results? Oh! Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. Today we're taking down part 4 with your follow-up careers advice session looming and the identity of your spy is still a mystery. Will you be able to make the grade? Well, I'm hoping that one of the best lessons I do well in is not History of Magic. Oh, that was him telling me. Are we thinking it's Professor Tofty who's spying on us? Maybe Esmeralda will tell us a little bit more. I can't sleep through this one, can I? Nope. I think I'm better when I'm dancing. Oh, I think better when I'm dancing. Have you given any more thought to becoming a professor? No. No. Maybe a care of magical creatures professor. Esmeralda, I was hoping we could talk about what you said in the library about someone spying on me. Can't you see I'm busy preparing for the exam? Figure it out on your own. Oh. Well, that wasn't very helpful. It really makes you wonder if Esmeralda is actually telling the truth. What do you think? I think Esmeralda is telling the truth. She's considering I've been threatened by dark wizards. Being spied on seems like a real possibility. Unfortunately, you do have a point, and I can see why Esmeralda would lie. I can't see why Esmeralda would lie, right? Yeah. Though I can't help but wonder if this is all some sort of cruel joke. It could be Marula telling Esmeralda to tell me that. Either way, I suppose it can't hurt to keep my guard up. Is it you, Professor Tofty? You're in the final stretch now, students. Today you'll be taking your History of Magic OWL. Given the nature of this class, there will be no practical exam. Instead, the exam will be entirely composed of a written portion. Now let's see how well you've memorized important dates, names, and events in Wizarding history. Oh God. I don't care if I fail this one. 47. Liechtenstein. These are the things that need to stay in my head. That section was fairly common knowledge, but these questions are much more obscure. Okay. Which clause in the Code of Wand use prohibits non-humans from using wands? She said clause 3, didn't she? God, she told us this. I think she said clause 3, but for some reason I also think it could be 5. I'm going to say 3. Yes, this is 3. Get in. Right. Oh, we're gonna smash this exam. Oh no, maybe it'll make us want to be history creatures. No, teachers, not creatures. Which event followed the soap blizzard of 1378? It was the economic crash. Or economic crash. Economic. I'd call it economic. Is it like potato? Potato. Who says potato? Tomato. That's it. Why did Liechtenstein not attend the first meeting of International Confederation of Wizards? I'm imagining it's their stance on troll rights. And the next answer is 47. Without even looking. You watch. 47. Oh God. In what year was Gringotts Bank founded? Oh, I don't remember. Wait, I didn't ask this question. This was one of the things that I could have asked Esmeralda. 1744, 1474, or 1595? I mean, I think it would go way back to 1474, right? Surely. But I feel like 1744 stands out to me. So I don't think it's 1595. I think, look, Wizarding World goes back quite far. But that would be very far for the Gringotts Bank to have been built. I'm actually going to go 1744 and hopefully I don't regret it. Oh no, I was right! I talked myself out of the answer. No. Damn it. Oh well, it's not that bad. It's History of Magic exam. Is that all of them? Are we just purely, or are we going to have... I need to make sure I don't mix up all the names and dates on these next tricky questions. Oh, there's more. 47. 47. Who killed Emmerich the Evil in a duel? Goldilocks and the Three Bears, Andros the Invincible, or Egbert the Egregious? I think it was Egbert the Egregious. Oh yeah. We're going for exceeds expectations now. We're going to get 8 questions. This is the most boring exam yet. What goblin led 18th century goblin riots? Bodred the bearded. It's Urg the unclean. I don't even need to read the rest. I know this because I'm a historian who, obviously, I've paid more attention to the revision session. What was the primary reason for the creation of the International Statute of Secrecy? It was the persecution by Muggles. Wait, persecution by Muggles? I thought it would be persecution of Muggles. Wow. Oh yeah, because like the whole witch trials. Yeah. My hand is starting to cramp. Thankfully, I'm almost done with that written section. Hopefully I have. I feel like there could be like 2 more, but it should be done. It's done! Okay. We only got 1 wrong. I hope all those dates and names didn't mix you up. Not too badly. Though I do worry I may have confused Emmerich the Evil for Ulrich the Oddball. It happens all the time. I didn't. Perhaps one day it will be your name they're confusing for someone else. Why do you say that? Wizards and witches have been searching for centuries to discover the secrets of the cursed vaults. Secrets you are now uncovering. I'd say you're making wizarding history right now. Oh. I kind of hope so. I'd love to end up in a history of magic textbook one day. Well, I would say you are well on your way. Though I'd advise you not to let your quest for the adventure lead you down the wrong path. Actually, as a history buff myself, I'd love to hear more on what you've learned about the cursed vaults. Shiny, I've been looking for you. Not to interrupt, but my ruler and I were about to go practice for defense against the Dark Arts Owl. I thought you might care to join us. You should go. Never pass upon the opportunity to learn, I always say. That sounds great, Diego. I'll meet you at the training grounds. Right, so Tofty's definitely wants to keep seeing us, isn't he? I'm waiting at the training grounds, eager to see how your spell work has improved. Okay, I'm on my way. Are we dueling? Or are we talking? Demetrius. So just getting rid of my beard. It was getting a little bit out of control. Thanks for inviting me to train for the defense against the Dark Arts Owl. And if someone is actually spying on me, I could use all the training I can get. You're welcome, Shiny. But it was actually Marula's idea. Diego, you weren't supposed to tell him that! I know, that's why I did. Get liking him a little bit more. Then don't be surprised when a rogue Primo spell blasts a hole through you instead of the floor. Marula, I had no idea you were so concerned about me getting good marks. I figured you could use all the help you can get. If we have to work together to find the cursed vaults, I can't be being a liability. After all, I bet you don't even know the incantation of the snake vanishing spell. Well, I know Vipera Evanesco, because Evanesco is invisibility, right? See, I knew you could use my help. Damn it. God damn it. It's actually Vipera Evanesca. There's a huge difference. But it is Evanesco if you want to, hide something, isn't it? I think we could all stand a bit of a review. So let's start practicing our spells. Let's. On these still targets. Let's try blasting this training dummy into pieces with the Reductor Curse. Let's. What do you say, Marula? We've got 4 years of lessons to make up for. I don't think we have to catch up. Why don't we practice our counter jinxes? We've done so many spells. In the Cursed Vaults. Let's review the Tongue-Tying Curse. Mimble Wimble. No. Pity we don't have any boggarts to practice ridiculous on. What happens if your greatest fear is boggarts? Do you see actually what a boggart looks like? Your spell work is as impressive as ever, Shiny. You will make a fine duelist. As if Hunter would ever consider being anything other than a curse breaker. I don't know about becoming a professional curse breaker. I really just want to find my brother. You don't? I'm assuming you did, considering all you've done with cursed vaults and rate pick. Yeah. You're not the only one. Everyone seems to expect I'll become a curse breaker. But I'm just not that sure if it's the right choice for me. Because I want to be a magiciologist. Though you do have experience in curse breaking. And I guess you might have a little potential. Exploring different careers and getting advice from my friends was supposed to help me decide. But instead, I'm more confused than ever. Yeah, feels whether I'm good enough to be a care of magical creatures magizoologist. Not to mention, owls are almost ever. You're going to have to decide soon. You're not helping, Marula. For once, I'm glad Dumbledore wants to see me in his office. I can ask for advice while I'm there. Come to my office now, Shiny Hunter. There's something important you need to hear. Okay. Am I going to have to wait? Oh my god, Dumbledore is there. But is he going to make us wait? Ah, there you are, Mr. Hunter. You're early, I guess. The guest has yet to arrive. The guest? But I was hoping we could discuss careers. And we will, but for now, I suggest you look for a place to hide. What? I reckon someone's coming in, and we're going to find out who's spying on us. My money is on Professor Tofty. I assure you, my request will make sense in a moment. I wonder why Dumbledore wants me to hide. I could hide behind that curtain. I wonder what Dumbledore keeps in his desk drawers. Would Professor Dumbledore let me hide under his desk? Maybe. Should I ask Dumbledore if I need a disillusionment charm? I can go get my invisibility cloak. I assure you... Oh, you've said that. You've said that. Knowing Hogwarts, there's a hidden room behind one of these bookcases. No. Don't try any of these books. It's not true. Right, last ones. Done. I found it. I'm going to hide underneath Dumbledore's robes. No, that'd be a bit weird. I'll hide in this step, which you have to pass the step to get there. You wanted to see me, Albus? Yes, actually. I hoped we could discuss why you have been monitoring Mr. Hunter. I knew it. Well, I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about. You always were a terrible liar. How long have you known? I had my suspicions since the beginning. I should have known better than to think I could keep secrets from you, Albus. Very well. The Ministry is troubled by this situation concerning the cursed vaults, particularly given reports that a group of dark wizards may be actively pursuing them. Due to Mr. Hunter's personal involvement with the cursed vaults, and the concern that he may be in some way connected to these dark wizards, the Ministry thought it prudent to use your status as an examiner to spy on a student. I didn't want to take the exam, Albus, but they insisted this was an opportunity they couldn't ignore. No, I hope you don't think too badly of me. Especially considering I know you targeted Argus Filch with monitoring me. You test him. Surely you know how it is. This wizarding world. I understand. Thank you, Albus. I did not say you could leave. I can't believe Professor Tofty was gathering information on me for the Ministry. Esmeralda told me someone was spying on me, but for it to have been Professor Tofty... I appreciate you letting me hear all that, Professor. Quite nice of you. Since you are hoping for advice, allow me to finally give you some. What? Many people have expectations of you, both good and bad. While it can be helpful to take others' opinions into account, ultimately, only you know what's best for yourself. Spoken like a true headmaster. Maybe I could be a headmaster. I have been known to be one on occasion. Thank you again, Professor Dumbledore. Good luck on your final owl, Mr. Hunter. Or as I've been told muggles rather violently say, break a foot. No. Leg. And when your Ascot owl is quickly approaching, take this remaining time to prepare. Okay, I will. Actually, I slept whilst I was waiting. 20 gems, that's not too bad. We've got part 4 and 5 left. Oh, hurry. Quick, we can't miss a defense against dark arts quiz. Right, so this one we're going to ace. I had a nightmare and my quill ran out of ink mid-exam. I'm going to make Ratepick proud. There better not be any pixies in this exam. Right, let's do this. Come on, guys. It's finally time for your last exam, the Defence Against the Dark Arts OWL. I must say, I'm looking forward to seeing the results of your studies with Professor Ratepick. Perhaps afterwards we can discuss more of your curse-breaking adventures. Actually, Professor Tofty, there's a lot I'd like to tell you. Excellent, I look forward to our talk. Right, let's do this. Come on, Defence Against the Dark Arts. This is it, students. The moment I'm sure many of you have been waiting for. Your final OWL. We will wrap up your examinations with Defence Against the Dark Arts OWL. This written exam will test your familiarity with the incantations and uses of defensive spells. Without further ado, let's begin. Right. Come on. I've heard speed may be a factor, so we have to go through these fast. I got through that first section easily enough, but this next one looks tough. What is this? Vipera Evanesca. Thank you, Marula. I would have got that wrong. 3 more. In which of these scenarios would you use the impediment jinx? To slow a rushing opponent, to bind an opponent, to disarm an opponent. Impediment is bind. Oh, it's to slow! No! Impediment! I thought it was slow, but the speed. Don't go too fast. It's not working. Oh no. Oh, I used it on Esmelda. I hope I can remember the answers to these next questions. What does the Reductor Curse do? Reduces the size of objects, blasts objects into pieces, lessens the target's powers. I think it's blasts objects into pieces. Yeah, sounds like it could be reduces object size, but Marula threatened to use it against Diego. Mimblewimble. Thank you again, Marula. Mimblewimble. Right, 3 out of 4. It's not too bad. I mean, I'm hoping for A's and E's. I'm in the final stretch of the written exams. Just one last section. Now, time for practical. I'm guessing Pixie, Troll, and Sickleworth at the back. Now we'll begin the Defence Against the Dark Arts practical exam. During this section, I will evaluate your spell work. Once at the ready, it's time to begin. Okay. How was that? Demonstrate your mastery of defensive spells by casting a protective charm on this classroom. How about you want me to open that chest there? System Aperio! No. I know that one. Any good? Oh, quite impressive. Ah! Now, please cast the Boggart banishing spell on this Boggart. Ridiculous. Bye. Actually, not bye. Turn into a clown, Voldemort. Banished. Oh. What's next? Cursed objects. Do I want to do something with this? Oh. Next, use the stunning spell to stun your target. Sorry, Ben, but stupefy. Oh, sorry, Ben. Does that mean it marks against him? Can you identify this jinx and cast the correct counter jinx? Yes. Easy, this counter jinx. Oh, it went very red there. And a bit red there. And a bit red there. 7 out of 8. Not so bad. Not so bad. I'm guessing the practical element is so unfailable that people will at least get A's. Because people have been... Has anybody purposefully got all the questions wrong? That concludes your defense against the Dark Arts, Owl. Congratulations. You've now been awarded You've now completed all your O.W.L.S and will receive your results later. It has been an honour being your examiner. I hope you'll be pleased with our results. Now, you mentioned you had something you wanted to tell me. I know the Ministry asked you to spy on me. Oh dear. I suppose you probably have some questions for me. Are you suspicious of me? Do you think I'm working for some organisation of dark wizards to take whatever's in the cursed vaults? Of course not. In fact, getting to know you has made me more certain of that fact than ever. The Ministry seems to think otherwise. The Ministry is just concerned you're being used or targeted by dark wizards. Wizards who could use the cursed vault to do you and others harm. And I, for one, would hate to see a young wizard with so much potential go down that path. I appreciate you being open with me, Professor Tofty. I figured it was about time. Just like it's about time for me to follow up with Professor McGonagall about my career path. Bye. I'm in the Great Hall. Stop by and we can discuss your future plans. Okay. Let's. Come on, dog. Talk to McGonagall. It's probably going to be an 8-hour, right? Oh, wow, I've just apparated. I've got a week's worth of mischief to make up for. You do. My quill hand still hurts after all those written exams. It was hard. If I ever have to take an exam, it'll be too soon. Hi, Penny. Hey. Shiny, you're just in time. We were all discussing how we thought we did on our hours. Actually, Penny, I'm supposed to be meeting McGonagall to discuss careers. Have you seen her? One of our classmates pulled her aside a minute ago. I imagine she'll be back soon. In the meantime, why don't you join us? Look, one of my classmates was Wingardium Leviosa kid. I'll take you up on that invitation, Penny. I'm anxious to hear what everyone thought about the owls. Right, so we're just gonna... Oh, wow, it's a 3-hour. Thank you, Gem City. You usually finish on an 8. I'll be disappointed if we don't move onto Newt level classes together. I'm sure I'll be fine. Ooh. Hopefully Professor Tofty appreciates the doodle I drew on the back of my exam. If any business was this good all year. Will you sign my petition to replace troll with a non-creature option? You say that to Barnaby. If I get a T, I'm going to pretend it stands for terrific instead of troll. That'll work. Toon, I'm not looking forward to seeing history of... sorry. It takes me too long to go to Geordie. I'm excited to see how many people don't pass their exams and miserable faces. I'm happy to not have to think about exams for a while. How about you, Tulip? I'm sure I salvaged at least a few of my owls. Ben? I'm not sure what's more nerve-wracking. The owl or waiting for the results. Yeah. Everyone looks relieved that the owls are over. Hey, Kara. It's going to be hard work. The courage. It's been hard to work up the courage to open my owl results. A lot of people were saying there's a problem with Kiara and not recognizing us. I think it's Rowan that didn't recognize Kiara. So the bit where she said we've met before, blah blah. I think we've seen each other before. I think that was to Rowan, not us. Let's finish this off. Right, it's time. Dush. What are we gonna get? Do we think I'm gonna... Might as well. Cut! I hope to see you in Defense Against the Dark Arts next year. Me too. I gave my owls my all. All I can do is hope for the best. I'm sure you've done fine. I'm the most powerful witch of Hogwarts. Of course I got all those. I'll be disappointed if we do. Like, Rowan is guaranteed to move on to next year. Absolutely fine. Because he just revises all the time. I need a 5, really. I'm going to have 2 2s. I'm not sure I want that. I don't think that's going to be enough. Oh, it is enough. Yes, perfect. Collect. Right. Oh, he's happy with his results. Yes, Wingardium Leviosa kid looks like he passed. I apologise for keeping you waiting. You said you wanted to follow up on our career advice session. I took your suggestion and explored different career options while taking my O.W.L.S. Last time we talked, you had some career ideas, but weren't ready to commit to one. Does your coming to me mean you have chosen on a career you explored while taking the O.W.L.S? I've picked a career. Thanks to the advice I got from my friends, I've picked a career I want to pursue. But I'd like to keep it to myself for now, just in case I change my mind. We can get into the specifics as soon as you get closer to graduation. I'm just glad to hear my advice helped. Now that you've decided, I encourage you to look for opportunities to explore that career further, while keeping in mind that you will still be able to change your mind at any time if you decide it's not right for you. Thank you, Professor McGonagall. You're welcome, Mr. Hunter. Despite what you students may think at times, we professors do want to help you succeed. Even Professor Snape. Even Professor Snape. Excuse me, Nerva, but do you mind if I borrow Mr. Hunter? Go right ahead. I'll be heading out shortly, but before I leave, I wanted to wish you luck. It's been an honour being your examiner. I speak on behalf of myself and the Ministry when I say I'm eager to see what your future has in store. Thank you, Professor Tufty. Do you think I did well in my O.W.L.S? You'll have to see for yourself. Right. The moment of truth. Oh! What's this? Oh, is that results? Oh! Look at that! Almost perfect! Oh, no! It was Care of the Magical Creatures that I got an E. Ah, no. Apparently, if you get all O's, you can get a golden owl. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I want to take a picture of it. No, I want to take a picture of it. I'm proud of my owl examinations. That's so cool. I'm really happy because I didn't cheat. Like, there's no point in cheating. But all O's except for one E in the one profession that I want to do. That's so bad. Is that Botrogle's question? Eating fairy eggs. I've only asked that other than asking about Porlocks to asking Barnaby. Wow, I'm pretty happy with that. All O's bar one E. That is brilliant. And as a reward, we get this. An owl necklace. Which, will it replace my key? I mean, oh, it looks pretty cool. And it's animated. Oh, it's got a little letter as well. But I do like my key. Ice dagger's pretty cool. Snitch. Scarf. I like that scarf actually. The scarf's pretty cool. These scarves are just awful. I think I'm going to go back to... I'm going to wear my owl necklace just for now. Just as I'm quite proud of it. I might wear it till the end of year 5. That is all we've done. I'm doing really well in the dueling event. Haven't lost... Only lost one battle. One duel. Out of the 15 battles that I've had. Which is pretty good. And it's looking like I only need 6. And I've got 1 day and 6 hours left until I get the leak jinx. Which apparently isn't that great, but hey, it looks cool. It'd be nice to have unlocked, but mainly the blue book. In other news, I got a blue book from my random dueling event. So at first one I got 9 energy, and then I got 1 blue book, which I'm really happy with getting that, because blue books are definitely needed going forward. Okay, well that's all for this one. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. I think Jam City... I owe them a big thanks on exactly what I wanted the newts to be like, which was proper, like, an actual exam that had results at the end of it, that, it really did test our knowledge of all the lessons that we've done over the past 5 years. It had bits from each year within the individual subjects. That was brilliant. I thought it was definitely up there with one of my favourite subquests. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. That is all for this one. If you want to keep up to date with future content, please hit the subscribe button and hit like if you've enjoyed this. That's all for this one. See you guys soon.